So, video 2 to the blog. Nope. Even though I waited and I was absolutely 99.9% sure he was asleep for the night. Because now it's 11 p.m. But nope. I put him in the crib and I went to go brush my teeth and go pee one more time before I could lay down and go to bed. And he was up playing with his nightlight in the crib. It's like, oh, okay. Wow. So, we're out here again. 11 p.m. and let's see how long this one lasts. He's been up now since 10, now 11. And here we go. Might be up all night again. At least last night he slept a good 3 hours straight. So I got a little bit of sleep and now I'm not going to get any tonight. So, well, it is what it is. I don't know what these are though. These are either starting to teeth or growth spurts because he's done this before, usually with the shots, definitely. Especially before he did, because he's 7 months. Like 2 weeks before he turned 7 months, he did shots. And they, like, absolutely messed him up. He wouldn't sleep at all. And now, like I said, but now at 7 months, he is not sleeping, like, at all now. Now it's almost this every night now. He just stays awake for, like, 2 hours or more. And I just have to come outside because everybody has work, so, and especially his dad, so I want him to be refreshed and have at least a little bit of sleep. And I get absolutely no sleep, and I get exhausted and mad and aggravated and annoyed all day long because I'm like, well, duh, I'm an overtired mom, and my brain even throbs how tired I get during the week. Oh God, I feel like you're dying, definitely, because your brain is telling you need sleep, but I can never nap during the day. I try my hardest and it sucks I can't. But like I said, these, I think because one of my friends from a counseling place I used to go to as a teenager once before when I needed assistance and help back then for a second. She sent me a link that, like 7 month like sleep regression and growth spurts right here. It's like pretty big. So I'm like, yeah, this must be it. Because like I said, he is not wanting to sleep at all. But the thing is, too, he's not taking really any naps during the day, too, lately at least. He was doing good. He was doing like almost 3 hours a day. Usually he'll sleep like an hour and a half or 2 hours and then another hour. And those were fantastic because those give me a sanity break. Every mom would understand that. When your child takes a nap during the day, it's like heaven. You got to like do something. Usually for me, I'm such a dork, I clean. I'm like so busy cleaning that's all I spend my time doing instead of just relaxing on the bed playing on my phone for 1 minute. I just grab my Bible and try to read for a second too. That feels great. But yeah, like he's not even napping during the day. Like today, he barely even napped at all again. He maybe slept maybe an hour or less today again. So compared to his usual 3 hour nap during the day. And he's still not sleeping, so it's like, wow. And then like even when he does go to sleep eventually, he'll still wake up the same time. He'll still wake up at 12 or 1, then another 3 or 4, and then 6 and 7 a.m. It's like I have absolutely no idea. Like he has like usually sometimes he has like a schedule, but I hate his schedule. Like usually it's the same time always, kind of, almost. But it's like, oh my goodness gravy. Get over here, dogs. Come here. Snow White Sally, get over here now. You know better than that. Come here. I'm walking the baby. So I don't know how long I should live outside today right now. Because like I said, I tried twice already. I was like, okay, he's going to fall asleep. I went inside. Nope. And right now though, before this video, I really thought he was out. I was like, okay, good. It's time for my bedtime now. And nope. So now I don't know how long I should stay outside now and moving him because he really doesn't seem like he wants to sleep tonight. So yay for me. Exhaustion and sleepiness tomorrow. So I might be a tad bit grumpy. And even though I tell Jesus I know grumpiness is not godly at all and it's not nice and et cetera, it's so hard when you're just so tired being a new mom. It's like, I am so tired. And especially when people aggravate you and it makes it way worse. When grown adults aggravate you and agitate you and make it worse. It's like, please don't get on my nerves right now. I'm like already sleep deprived and taking care of a crying baby always in my ears and trying to do the best I can as a mom. And I'm tired. So just leave me alone. And if you don't have anything positive to say, don't even talk to me. Don't even as a new mom, you don't want to hear anything, honestly. You're just like, I'm so tired that I don't care if atomic bombs are going off everywhere. Just like leave me alone, and I still just want sleep. I don't care. Because if we die, me and my son and my mom are going to heaven, and my brother Terry and my dogs. Besides that, good luck. People who love God, good. I'll see you in heaven. And people who don't, well, good luck for you. I really don't know what to say. You choose your path. You do what you want. I don't know. You know, I'm not God. I try to be loving like God, but I used to be, definitely. I used to be like, oh, I love everybody now as an adult, and how terrible and horrible adults are. I'm like, They kind of just got to fend for themselves. I'm like, you either want to go to heaven or hell, so good luck if you go to hell. Like, I'm leaving. I'm going to heaven with my boys. So, you know, tough shit. I don't know. Lord forgive me for saying that, but I'm like, I'm trying to have a loving heart here, but like being kind, always, like, a lot of people became evil. Like, I had friends betray me, you know, exes would lie to me all the time. I just had like one negative person after another. And I always hated the saying that you like your character or whatever, the person you are is the people that you're going to attract to you. I'm like, I seriously think that's a bunch of crap. Because even if you're a good person, you don't want, and you're not aiming to get terrible boyfriends and terrible friends that are fake and whatnot in your life. Sometimes it just happens, and it's like, I didn't even ask for this, you know. I was a kind person, just being kind, and I just said, like, yeah to dating somebody, and they turned out to be horrible. How does that make me feel? Like, how does that make me, like, wanting to attract badness? Like, I hate when people say that for good people. Because it's like, well, you know, they didn't mean to have a horrible girlfriend or boyfriend, you know. They just thought that person was nice, and they turned out not to be nice. Like, geez, people, come on. I like hate that saying so bad. Because like I said, yeah, I would always be there for somebody, like a best friend, definitely. Like, I would go pick you up if you needed me. Like, if you're crying and your aunt died or your mom died, or you know, your boyfriend just broke up with you and it's like 2 a.m., 6 a.m., you know, I'd be there for you, you know. 'Cause I'd be that kind of good friend. Like, I would always just be like, oh, if you're moving, I'll be like, I would try to help you as much as I can. I'm like, I have a baby, but I'll try to do what I can when I can, but I'll be there for you, you know. But I never got a real good friend. I've always had fake bullshit people in my life, or people that would call me their friend or best friend. And I'm like, how are you calling me your friend or best friend when you barely even text me or call me or write me, etc., or you don't even care about me? It's like, you haven't even asked how am I feeling or how am I doing in the past, like, years. So I'm like, how the hell are we best friends or you're my friend? That doesn't work that way. You're like, best friend's supposed to ask, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Because you never know when someone's suicidal. I used to deal with being suicidal. So, you know, there's just so many fake people out there. And like I said before, I had fake friends. They'd be like, oh, Alicia's my best friend. And then afterwards, they'll be like, oh, well, I never really liked you, and et cetera, et cetera. And I'd be like, then why did you consider me, why do you ever say I was your friend? Then if you didn't like me the whole time, why'd you even hang out with me like on day one? How stupid is that? I'm like, that doesn't even make me stupid. That makes you stupid. If you didn't even like my personality, if I was too hyper and goofy and childlike, and I loved Invader Zim as a teenager, and I loved Tim Burton's, and I wore black because, you know, I went to that whole emo phase of My Chemical Romance, Good Charlotte, and Simple Plan, and et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, if you didn't like me, then why'd you even waste my time and your time? Like, that just makes you absolutely a moron. And not even me, because I'm like, I was the one being honest. I'm like, I liked you for the person you were. You didn't even like me. So I'm like, that's terrible. So like I said, I had terrible experiences of fake friends and fake liars, and definitely even fake exes. They'd be like, oh, well, my ex-girlfriend's just my best friend. And I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I'll trust that, and it's safe. And like the whole time they'll be like sleeping together and whatnot. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, that is absolutely why I have trust issues. And I'm like, this is why males can't be friends with females. I'm like, because it just works both ways. I'm like, because God made man and woman to have sex. So it doesn't even matter who the hell you are. If you're going to be in a room, just you two, most likely you're going to have sex and have an affair or cheat on your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. It's just going to work that way. That's life and reality. I'm like, that's how it works. So I'm like, no, of course not. I would never absolutely trust any of that. You just never do. I'm like, we're the opposite species. I'm like, of course it's like going to be crazy. I'm like, pfft. But everybody has their own opinions to that, but that's my opinion, and that will always be. I'm like, okay, well, when your husband or your wife's cheating on you, I'll be like, told you so. Your best friend should definitely be your spouse. That's what me and my partner are working on. We get there. We're almost there, but sometimes he's annoying and I'm annoying to him. He thinks I talk too much. Well, because probably I do, because I'm a girl. Like, obviously my vlog videos, it's like, shut up. But I like trying to make these two to help other people and to remember my life before in the past. But like I said, we're working on a relationship. We're doing really good. I love him. He's really great. And, you know, he loves me too. We love each other. And we have our 7-month-old son together. And we've been together for going to be on 7 years in March 2022. No, did I say March 20? Yeah, well, and that's the year I'm saying. I was going to say, did I say that right? Yeah, I did. But, see, my son fell asleep again. But I don't know. I'm going to have to live outside because as soon as I take him inside, he's probably going to wake up again. It's crazy right now. But anyways, like I said, my relationship's really, it's getting even better, which I thank the Lord for. But I always praise the Lord and pray to the God in heaven, my Father, that He'd always help us and we make it through together. Because it was definitely money strain at the beginning, because it was a money stress. Because I'm like, now it's me in his life that I live with him now, and now it's our son and his diapers, and diapers are like $50 per box, and storage bags I need for his breast milk, and bottles. I use Dr. Brown's. I love those. I use Huggies for diapers. I love those. And, yeah, et cetera for our son. And then et cetera for me. Like, I need shampoo. I need eye drops because I have stupid dry eye problems. I need vitamins because I am a health nerd and I like to take my vitamin C to keep my immune system pretty good because I don't like to shut down. Like, me and Ronnie had a cough and a cold too, like a couple weeks back, and we can't have that right now because they'll just say we have COVID and kill us. Like, me and my family will never go to the hospital ever again. Oh, not after 2020. And like I said, right now it's August. It's soon my birthday, August 2021 of this year. It's soon to be my 31st birthday, actually. So, yay, that's exciting. It's actually, yeah, this Saturday coming. Well, today's Saturday, but you know what I mean. The Saturday coming next now. But I think the Lord, me and his relationship are doing better. I still need to express to him better. And I still wish he would talk to me a lot more. He doesn't have to express his feelings because men just don't do that. I feel sad today. I feel happy today, etc. I'm like, obviously, I know men don't do that. Women do, but men don't. But I'm like, I had like a trust issues going with him again for a second there because I'm just like, babe, I just don't feel like, I feel like you're hiding your phone from me. I still don't know who you're texting sometimes because I'm like, I don't know. You're kind of not comfortable with your phone around me. And we talked about it, thank God. And now I feel much better. Usually he just has guy friends and my boyfriend's adorable. He's a cute little weenie. He's fine. Weenie head. You know, he's fine. He just like shits around and we go bowling with his coworkers, and that's really fun. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love bowling. Bowling's like amazing. Even though I do like Yosemite bowling in Modesto better, Modesto, California, but instead we have to go to McHenry Bowling Alley, which is rich bowling alley kind of more, and then the other one's more ghetto bowling alley, but I like the ghetto one more because I actually am a West Side baby. So I am Modesto, California. So I was a ghetto baby. So I'm used to like the ghetto life of cockroaches and headlights and having to eat top ramen and live off that. And that's pretty much what we lived off, and rice-a-roni and hamburger and spaghetti every Friday because it was the cheapest thing to feed the whole family, you know. You gotta live off that. So that was life. It's like, you feel me? Us poor people. That's funny. But yeah, now that I'm an adult and I'm 31 years old, I'm like, oh my gosh, top ramen is very salty and very much too much sodium. That was terrible for my stomach as a kid. Like, my son will never have that soup because I'm like, no, it's too much sodium. He's just I'm like, if I get you some, you're gonna get an organic kind with less salt whatsoever. My goodness. So no, we don't do that. I hate when my dogs like act like they see things because then they scare me because, oh, we're in the country. I really don't want a coyote coming because I'm like, between my dogs and my kid, I got to save my kid's life. And try to attempt to save my dogs. Usually coyotes are usually scared though, because they're smaller than Sally, so my German Shepherd, so I'd be surprised, but they're really hungry, they would try, but they usually run away from people. I love when they come out, they make their cute little sounds and talking, and it's adorable. We actually had an owl out here, but it hasn't came around in a long time. After that, in California, we really do not have any more creatures, or probably all around, because the world's just killing nature and killing more trees and more trees and more trees, because too many humans that we're just killing all these animals off in nature. We're just killing our own oxygen and we're killing the animals off. Snow White. Now I gotta find where Snow White went. She disappeared. Snowy, you scare me, Baba. Okay, she was hiding behind one of the vehicles. That girl, Baba, don't scare me like that. So like I said, my son's been asleep, but it's scary because this is video 2, and if I make a video 3, then he's definitely not sleeping tonight. He just doesn't feel like it. Oh, my gravy biscuits. Being a new mom. It's like apparently no sleep, but at least it's a Saturday, so that's much better because my baby doesn't, like I said, he doesn't have to wake up in the morning. I didn't tell my baby if he could pick up my Walmart pictures for me real quick and grab a water jug for me at Lowe's, the big gallon one, for my mom, actually, at her house, because she drinks a lot of water. My mom lost her about 35 pounds and eating healthy and walking every day. I'm so proud of her. I love my mom so much, so I definitely want her to have a long life, of course. So that's great. It helped her back, but she recently fell on accident, so it hurt her back and made her sore again, so that was terrible. We went to go see my brother because he had a seizure, so we went to Stockton, California to go see him, and he's still sickly, and that house is still killing him. They're over-drugging him with so many meds, and the state don't want to do anything about it, so it's really terrible. But me and my mom, there's nothing we could do. We call the state and call his caseworker and tell him, and she's evil like everybody else, and that works for the government most of the time. Not everybody's evil that works for the government. Most are, because you have to be liars, and like just like politics, 99% of them have to be liars. So you know they're not really going to heaven because I can't judge them, but the Bible says liars won't enter the kingdom of heaven. You enjoy lying, love lying and sinning, you're not entering heaven. Then the gates are going to be like not open for you. It just doesn't work that way. Like I try to be honest as much as I can. The only time I'm not going to be honest is if I know it's going to be a huge fight. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to walk away, because if I open my mouth, then it's not going to be a good thing. Because God says try. That's even in the Bible. You're not supposed to say anything if you're going to say foolish words. Your words need to be good and pure and innocent and nice, lovely, pure and innocent thoughts. But we can only try as Christians. We can only try and ask God and the Holy Spirit to help us for sure. So, like I said, video 2, and this is my life blog, and it's Leisha again. Yay! My son's 7 months. Apparently I'm 7 months postpartum, and being a mom and a dog mom, I sure do love my dogs. And they just got home. They spent the night with my mom. That was cute. For Friday night, because I see my mom yesterday and I see my mom today because we went to go smog the truck. And thank the Lord that it passed. Thank gravy biscuits. So that's a stress reliever. Woo! Because my mom loves her truck so much. She doesn't really. The Subi's just a Subi, but I love the Subi. I'm like, oh heck yeah, I can't wait to drive the Subi. The Subi's like a go-kart. I love that car. Like, we're not selling that car. Are you crazy? Because my boyfriend said that. And I was like, heck no. That's gonna be my baby. I love that car. Like, Ronnie loves his Jeep and Dodges. Well, Ronnie has a Dodge truck, but he wants a diesel. But I'm like, well, in life, we got to be grateful for what we have for right now. It's like you're already, like, thousands and thousands and thousands in debt that we got to pay off over time and try to lessen that instead of increase it. And I'm like, you already own the truck and the Jeep, which is great. So I'm like, this, at least right now, it's stress-free from vehicles. You actually own your vehicle, so just, like, let it be. But men, they're never satisfied. They still always want new vehicles. Women, they're not satisfied either. Always want new things. I'm kind of easy as a woman because I'm simple. What I want is, like, I love DVDs. I love anime and Disney and horror DVDs, or especially VHSs for horror, because I collect those. They're so awesome to have, because I'm going to have an awesome room of DVDs and VHSs in the future. I really pray before I go to heaven. I'll be like, oh, DVDs is so cute, and now I can go to heaven. And a book room, because I love all my books. I have Joyce Meyer's books, which are Christian books. I have a few horror books that I remember reading, like especially R.L. Stine with some good stuff, but not Goosebumps. I didn't really read Goosebumps. I don't care for them. I love Fear Street. Those are the good stuff. And even though they made Fear Street shows on Netflix, those really sucked. It was just nothing but like gay stuff. And I'm like, boo. It is what it is. But I was like, they didn't even make it like about the horror, like nothing about the books. Even if it was like a side story, you know, another story that for him, it still sucked. I was like, this is not a good storyline. Like, it was just boring to me. There was part 1 and part 2 and part 3, and I was hoping they'd be like remaking like the actual books, or like at least one of like a few of the books, you know, and combine them together. And I'd like, oh, that would have been so cool, because he has so many good books in Fear Street. That would have been amazing. He has a cheerleading one, he has a vampire one, he has like everything. He has like a babysitting one, he has like all the Fear Street ones from our center are really great. So I'm like, the show sucked compared to all the books that he made. Were amazing, especially for me as a teenager, like I said, in like the early 2000s, late 90s, yeah. So yeah, let's try this again. I'm gonna try to go to lay down, take my dogs inside and the baby again this time. He was out a lot longer this time, so let's see. Lord Jesus, be with me if we have to come out here again. But at least now it's actually getting cooler and the wind's starting to kick in, because it was sweaty. Because now it's probably like 11:30, 12 a.m. now. But I had a sneeze. But thank goodness that didn't wake him up. So hopefully see that not waking him up. Sorry, I sneezed hecka loud. But let's see. He might be asleep now, I pray. But anyways, Block 2, God bless us all. Woo! Making vlog videos is fun. But my life, who cares? It's funny.